Hey guys, it's WiFi here back with another Wi-Fi battle. This time I'm going to be battling Connor off the PokeNet forums. So let's go ahead and get this battle started. He's going to lead with Swampert. I'm going to lead with my Infernape. I have nothing to lose because I do carry the Focus Sash, so I'm going to go straight for my Stealth Rocks. He's going to go for his, predicting me to switch out. Now I decide to save my Infernape for later, so I'm going to switch out to my Milotic, because my Milotic can take anything this thing can use, and my Registeel can get hurt by the Earthquake, so I decided not to send him out. So this turn I'm going to go for the Toxic because this thing is pretty bulky and I know it's going to be hard for my team to take out without having residual damage. He's going to go for another Stealth Rock. I don't really know what he was doing. It was probably a misclick, but I don't really know. This turn I'm going to go for the Recover just so the Toxic can take him down a tiny bit more. And he decides he's going to Roar me out. So now he's going to Roar me out into my Nidoking. And I was thinking, because I have Life Orb, Sheer Force, and Stab, that Earth Power would be able to take it out. So I decided to go straight for the Earth Power and not to do anything else. And it manages to live with actually a lot of HP. It didn't do nearly as much as I thought it would. And he's going to go for the Earthquake, which that's going to easily take on Nidoking, because Nidoking is not very bulky, or he can be, but mine is not. So his Swampert is still wrecking my team. I'm going to send back in my Milotic right here because my Milotic can take hits from this thing better than anything else. So that was the best thing I could have done at that time. I'm going to Recover. I should have just went for the Ice Beam. It may have had a chance to take it out, but I decided just to go for the Recover. I should have went for the Ice Beam. I don't know what I was thinking. But he's going to Roar me out again into my Dragonite. And after leftover recovery, that Swampert is going to be able to live poison damage. So instead of going for the Dragon, or instead of switching out or doing something, I am going to have to kill it off with a Dragon Claw because I don't want to get hit by an Ice Punch if he manages to have it. So now my Dragonite is not that useful to me anymore because I do not have my Multi-Scale up. So he's going to switch out into his Nidoking. I am going to fear the Choice Scarf, so I decide to switch out. And he ends up being Life Orbed because when I sent up my Milotic, I knew he was going to Ice Beam. I knew I could take it. And then I left in my Milotic so I could scout what he was going to do. And he ends up to be Life Orb just like I am. And he's going to hit me with a T-Bolt. That's not going to kill my Milotic because Milotic is bulky as hell. And it's not Stab on his part. I'm going to go for the Scald, not really thinking what I was going to do. But that's alright. It does do a lot of damage, which does help me out. I'm going to switch out because my Milotic is a big part of my team. And I'm just pretty much going to go into my Dragonite and sacrifice it. Because after he got his rocks up, my Dragonite was really hurt pretty bad. Dragonite was kind of tossed on my team as a last minute thing because I didn't know what to fill it up with. So Dragonite was kind of nice to have in certain situations, but not really in this battle. So he's going to go for another safe T-Ball to take me out just in case I want to switch back into my Milotic. And I'm going to switch into my Scarf Gallade. And I'm just going to go for the safe Ice Punch to take him out. There was really no point of him switching out because I do have rocks up and stuff. So, yeah, that's good for him, I guess. He's going to switch into his own Dragonite now. I'm not really sure why he's switched into his Dragonite, because he knows I do have Ice Punch. He should have just went out to his Heatran to begin with, but now he is going to switch into his Heatran. And he's going to take that Ice Punch very nicely. At this point, it was kind of a risky play for him to go into his Heatran, because he doesn't know if I'm Scarfed or not, because he hasn't really scouted for it. But I am Scarf, so I am going to switch out. So he does take a bold move to stay in with his Heatran, because I could have killed him off with the close combat. Well, actually, he does end up switching, fearing the close combat, I guess. But he is going to double switch into his Dusclops. And this is pretty stally part of the battle right here. We end up stalling for a while. But I do get a recover off my Milotic, which is great. His Cyclops could have Will-O-Wisp me, but that would actually help me more than it would hurt me. Because, the Marvel Skull ability would make my defense extremely high. So now I'm going to go for one more recover because I know a Seismic Toss will hit me down to 100. And he's going to confuse me. The confusion really didn't matter. My Milotic doesn't have strong enough attack to really hurt itself all that much. But this is really stally. I'm going to break through confusion and I'm going to hit him with the Toxic because my Milotic is not strong enough to take him out with Scalds and Ice Beams. So I know that the Toxic damage is pretty much going to do all the work for me. And these next couple turns are pretty much going to be repetitive because I'm just going to keep scalding and then recovering back and forth until this thing dies out. He pretty much screwed himself over here. He should have switched out, because his Dusclops would have been very nice to keep my Glade in check later in the battle. But he did make a mistake by leaving it in. Sorry, my voice is kind of out of it. I've done a lot of commentary lately, and I keep messing up on it and shit. I'm gonna go for a Scald because I am at high HP. I have nothing to lose because I can just recover next turn. And he keeps going for the Seismic Toss, even though I can recover stall him. He may have been trying to run me out of recovers because he does carry the pressure ability, but I did use 3 PPs to get max recover, so I do have a shit ton left. And he only has a couple more turns left with Toxic taking him down. So yeah, that's great because with this thing out of the way, I'm pretty much free to close combat everything now on his team with Glade. And yep, that's good. So this turn I decided to go for a Scald because there's no point in recovering. And I do take out his Dusclops with that, so that's very nice. And this turn he's going to switch back into his Dragonite. His Dragonite is pretty much the last line of his defenses on his team, keeping my Glade from ruining everything with close combat. He's going to go for the Roost just to try to stall me out of Ice Beam, but I do have a shit ton of Ice Beams left. So he said it mattered this turn because I do get a freeze, but in the long run it does not matter, because if I did run out of Ice Beams, I would have been smart and saved 2 Ice Beams, Toxic him to ruin his multi-skull, and then I would have hit him with the Ice Beam after poison damage, and it didn't really matter. But he was complaining because he said the freeze mattered, but I do carry Toxic, so it really didn't matter, because I could have just Toxic him, and the Toxic would have broke his multi-skull every turn, so Roosting would have just been wasted, and Ice Beam would have took him out. But he does not get the Thaw out, which isn't really unfortunate because his Dragonite was going to die either way. And now my Milotic is back at max HP, which is really, really good for me. So at this point, I don't want anything on my team to take a hit from this Hitmonlee, so I'm just going to stay and pretty much sacrifice my Milotic. He does go for the Fake Out with the boosted gym, but it doesn't really do anything to me at all. He's going to go for the close combat. It's going to be a 2-hit KO, it looks like. So I just decide at this point I'm just going to go for the Scald, just to see if I can possibly get a burn, and it'll do quite a bit of damage with the defense drops. So this turn he is going to proceed to take me out with another close combat, and at this point it doesn't really matter. I don't need my Milotic anymore. It killed everything that I needed it to kill, so that's really good for me. At this point I switch into my Glade. He ends up being faster than me, even though I'm Scarfed, so that must be one fast Pokemon. But a Stolen Edge is not going to kill me because Glade does resist it. And for some reason I don't go for a close combat, even though I did. I went for the Zen Headbutt. So now I'm going to have to switch out into my Infernape to get my Scarf back so I can do a free attack with Glade. So I'm going to switch on to Infernape. He's going to sub up. I'm going to break my sub with a close combat. And then I'm going to switch back on to Glade and finish him off with a close combat from the Glade. So that's a good game, Connor. It was a fun battle. If you guys enjoy this battle, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like all of our videos, hit the subscribe button and just watch out for our videos to be uploaded. We upload quite a bit. So thanks guys for watching. This is TheBlazenApe, and I will see you guys next time.